Welcome back, folks, to the first contract. Yeah, okay, it's working. Welcome back, folks, to the first contract of the X Company campaign. We are still here on Sabik, and we are still having to deal with the Draconis Combine and all of their frickin' Draconites. So let's see where we're standing today. So, as you'll recall, last week we pretty much picked on a small, isolated element after we kinda bamboozled them the week before, although bamboozled may be a pretty poor way to put a set of operations that lost us a lot of faith with our Lyran employers, but, we're back mildly in their good graces. But it seems that after we managed to exploit that one weakness in the Lyran line, they're coming back strong, because we've got two more encounters this week. We've got a recon raid today, and in a couple days we've got a stand-up fight. Now, recon raid's an interesting one we ran into a lot with the previous campaign, and the rules for it are kind of wonky. You don't have to destroy any units to win one. You just have to get one of your units to the opposite edge of the map, stay there for 2 turns, and then return to the starting edge of the map. But we've got to keep more than 3/4 of the force alive. Now that's going to be a bit of a problem because once again, looks like the frickin' Lyrans are undercosting. I don't understand what it is. When we got, missions that look pretty certain, they send us fucking medium mechs. Or when they've got a mission that's gonna involve traitors. But whenever it's a big stand-up fight, well, look at it. A locust and a wasp. Oh boy, we've never seen these 20-ton. And, frickin' Lyrans, man. I don't know what these guys did to get on the trash can patrol. Maybe I should keep better track of these guys' names. Have we fought with these guys before? Probably the Mech HQ isn't sophisticated enough to keep track of these guys' names, but you know what? I'm just going to assume that these are the same guys. They're just changing their name each time to try to avoid getting a identity working with mercenaries. Any case, we've got an enemy and reinforcements on this mission, which means that we may want to take the actual win here. One thing we did a lot with the previous campaign is we kind of abused the rules on this one, and specifically the fact that if the attacker destroys 50% of the defender units, we get to keep the battlefield. To actually slug it out with everything there, destroy everything, take home a lot of salvage. Now, we might be able to do that again. Looking at what the enemy is bringing, we've got a Wasp, that's a 20-tonner. We've got a Vulcan, 45-ton medium mech. That's all right. Now this is against Big Skylance, our medium group, which we've still swapped out the urban mech for the lighter, faster Stinger. Most of the enemy's wheeled support, a Skulker wheeled scout tank. That thing is going to be kind of pathetic. J. Edgar light hover tank, not too strong. It's we've got a Vedette and a Hetzer. This thing is potentially dangerous because if I remember correctly, oop, not that. This thing, yeah, is packing an AC-20 and pretty strong front armor. It's essentially uh, just a big gun on treads, and unlike the Saladin, which can zoom into position and get off a nasty shot in a sensitive place, this one is designed to just sit there and hurl shells down range forever. Now, fortunately, it's got a kind of short range, so if we can keep it at arm's length, we can avoid the worst of it, and hopefully immobilize it and then just go up and kick it, because that that AC-20, just like on the Saladin, is on a fixed front mouth. So if you can get it immobilized, you can circle around it and kick the hell out of it. The reinforcements aren't much to speak of either. The Packrat LRPV is a pretty lightly armed unit, if I recall. Yeah, it's just got an SRM-6 and a flamer. I mean, SRM-6 is nothing you want to scoff about, but the fact that it doesn't really have much ranged punch means that we can kind of stay out of its way. And also, it's pretty lightly armored for a tank. Scorpion light tank is just as light as it sounds. Another Skulker and a Saladin. That's pretty much the only thing I'm super concerned about with the reinforcements. So let's see. I do not remember what a Lancelot is. I can't even picture such a mech. Well, let's go to my datacoms and see what they have to say about the LNC 25. Let's see. Lancelot looks like it is a heavy mech. It's a 60-ton heavy mech. That means that it's pretty much the lightest type of heavy mech. The cutoff is 55 for medium, 60 for heavy. Looks like it's packing a 360 engine, so it's designed to be a fast mech, kind of like the Ostsal that we have in Central. Packing, is this right? No, this actually is the LNC 2501. We are dealing with the LNC 2502. This was originally released by the Star League, which is why it would have double heat sinks in it, but I bet this is a downgraded version. Yeah, did not survive the loss of Star League technology as well as much of its older cousins. Blah, blah, blah. Retained the same weapons array. It's got a PPC, two heavy lasers, and a medium laser. However, it's got a smaller engine, so it's slower, and 19 single heat sinks. So let's see here. PPC's 10, two lasers. Yeah, it can only put out a fraction of its total damage, and not heat itself to pieces. Let's see. Quick look at this thing. Okay, 20 armor, 14, 14, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, this is a heavy mech that's armored like a medium, and it's designed to be fast, but because of the loss of technology, it's got to be armored. It just can't be loaded with as much. Looks like that's accurate, medium laser, PPC, large laser, large laser. So that thing's the most dangerous thing on the field, but if we get off some good hits on it, it's possible to knock it down. Now that said, if it gets off good hits on us, but look at this. I don't know what the Draconis are doing. Usually they've got better quality troops than this, but they've packed that Lancelot with a pretty inbred motherfucker. He's pretty close to ultra green. So I don't know. This might be nepotism at its finest. In any case, analysis on this one is largely that we could possibly make a stand-up fight of this. It's a light urban. There will be lots of buildings that we can maneuver around. Uh, Most of the mechs in our group, in fact, now all of the mechs in this group are packing jump jets, and we could use that to jump jet about the urban area and kind of isolate the enemy. If we kind of wait it out, wait for their faster elements like that wasp and the tanks to get close to us, knock them out, and then knock out the other ones as they come in, we could possibly defeat them in detail, cook off everything, and return home with an entire bucket full of salvage. Now, the nicest part about that would be what we've got going on later this week. Now, just indulge me for a moment. I'll get into a more detailed analysis. But later this week, we've got a stand up, and the Lyrans are actually going to send units worth a damn, although they're still piloted by, well, guys that are kind of regulars. They're just neglecting their piloting training. But in addition to all of the frickin' tanks that we have to traditionally fight, and a pair of 20-ton wasps, we do have an Ostsal and a Phoenix Hawk. Now that Ostsal would be a pretty good addition to our team. We've already got one Ostsal. I like the Ostsal. There's a nice, balanced, long-ranged, fast-moving heavy mech. Uh, Phoenix Hawk would always be a great addition. They're a very dependable medium. The Wasps, I don't give a shit. We can salvage them for parts and try to build a real one out of them. This Rommel tank is interesting. If I remember the Rommel tank, I keep clicking the wrong thing. The Rommel tank, yeah, it's also packing an AC-20 and a turret. LRM-5, small laser. This thing, as I recall, is a pretty heavy tank. It's got heavy armor. It's pretty mobile, as I recall. This would be an excellent tank to take home. A tank that I would actually feel pretty comfortable about fielding against an enemy. And that would be an interesting start to our potential vehicle core. Now that said, don't want to spend too much time analyzing that one, but the point of taking a look at that is if we can knock out a lot of this enemy and then leave most of it on the field, say maybe just take the Whitworth or I suppose the Lancelot, it is a heavy mech, nothing wrong with that. We can key down this salvage percentage so that on our next match we can take home that Ostsal and maybe even the Phoenix Hawk. assuming that none of these things blow the hell up. The Ostsal should be pretty safe from that. It's largely a laser boat, but the Phoenix Hawk does have some machine guns in it, and if you hit those, the whole thing's going to go up like a fucking firecracker. In any case, let's take a look at what we're fighting on. Light urban, town generic, all of these are great. I don't see any reason to really use my reroll. So, really quick here, gonna just crank down the volume, and let's get started. Shut up, Windows. It occurs to me that this... Sorry, Ben. It occurs to me that this pings throughout, so give me just a moment to set things up right. Let's see. Volume mixer, playback devices. Alright, it's in the volume mixer, so take that, and it's gonna be this one, I think. We'll see how that pings. Anyway, back in action. Alright, looks like everyone's lined out. Of course, no reinforcements from ourselves this time because both of our guys are engaged. Someday I'll be able to field out some more lances and get more reliable coverage on that, but that day is not today. Yeah, looking at all this, Hetzer's a 40, Veda's a 50. These are all medium tanks. The Vulcan, Whitworth are both mediums. Wasp is a light. The Lancelot, that is interesting. I swear, I've never seen that mech before. That's a super rare mech. Let's hope that we can take it from my Pokemech collection. Yeah, messed up that joke. Alright, let's get started. Yeah, that bing doesn't seem nearly as loud. Okay, we get to deploy pretty late in the day, thanks to our tactics once again. So let's see how that pans out. What kind of planet are we fighting on? Yeah, that's pretty light urban. Looks like they get to deploy kind of in the center. That's unfortunate. I'd love to take advantage of that cover immediately, but fortunately we do have a little bit that we can handle. We could either go for this cover right off the bat, or go for this cover, or stick to this cover. I don't like how this cover sticks out a lot. It'll cut off a lot of our sight lines over here. This cover seems more reasonable, because we could take this cover and we can kind of zoop around to this cover and try to drag the enemy in. Now, as far as our intended objective, we're supposed to get a mech over here, sit it down for 2 turns, and then come back. Now, we do have a light mech on our team, and I don't want to denigrate it too much, but it is a light mech. It's got limited armament, limited armor. Even if it's a pretty decently armored one for being a 20-ton, it still have a problem of spontaneous existence failure. I do not want to risk them too much. So I'm going to say let's start out over here, and I'll send the Hornet on a wide flanking maneuver to kind of hide in these trees. Maybe some enemies will get distracted over. If they do, we'll rush back to rejoin our allies and have it enjoy the fact that we kind of spread the enemy out a bit. And if they don't take the bait over here, then we can just rush up the side, go achieve the objective, and be able to pull out with a victory if in the worst case scenario. Now, as always, our problem are these two. We do have a problem with this mission in that we can't lose more than 3/4. No, wait, we can't lose more than 1/4 of our units. Right? Hang on, double check the wording on that. I'm pretty sure I got this right. Right, keeping more than 3/4 of the force alive. So if we lose 1/4 of the squad, we lose. We have 4 guys, 6 guys. Unfortunately, 1/4 of that squad is 2 dudes, roughly. I mean, 1 guy isn't below it, but 2 guys definitely are above it. So if these guys both get themselves critted, we'll be forced to retreat again, just like we had a problem with last time that we were deployed with 2 light mechs. You dumbasses, stop doing this. Stop it, Steiner. You're making me look bad. Anyway, but hopefully we can try to keep more of the enemy's attention on us. Alpha down this Lancelot as quickly as we can. Just kind of nuke it, nuke it, nuke it, nuke it, and come home with a bunch of salvage and hopefully at least one of these dumbasses alive. Let's go ahead and deploy. Well, let's see here. First move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I really want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be perfect. Let's see here. This is the Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's more of a long ranged. I wonder if I should go ahead and put that, try to get it into this side. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be able to run into that. Won't get great shots, but it'll be a place to start. Yeah. The other Wolverine, gonna start here because that'll be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our Hornet, like I mentioned, on a weird flank. Double check this Hornet. See, at the very least, it's a extremely light mech, a 20-ton mech that's armored like, a medium light mech, if that makes any damn sense. It's got 8 all around, which means that it can take a light laser, but or even a heavy laser shot, but or a large laser shot. But if it takes like a PPC or an AC-10 or more than one shot in any given place, it'll start buckling. But at least it can take the one shot from a medium laser anywhere. There are certainly 20s, fucking Stinger, that can't even take a light laser without risking blowing up, because they fucking put this missile boat in this tin can. But enough being salty about the mechs that I get. Let's see how the enemy's deployed. They put their Whitworth and Wasp and Lancelot all over here, so this is where we're going to be duking it out with them. They've got the Vulcan and Vedettes over here, and that Hetzer in particular. Now, I think I can just kind of zoop right past this guy, not particularly worried about him. And his position over there means he's going to take a long-ass time to get to where we are, so appreciate that. And I think the plan is still good for Alpha the Lancelot as much as possible. This Vulcan's going to have to spend a couple turns either moving or jump jetting in because of that positioning. And the Wasp and the Whitworth will probably just make nuisances of themselves. If I remember correctly, Whitworth is armed with a pair of LRM-10s and a bunch of medium lasers. It's pretty much like a discount, what's it called? We've got one. Damn it, this is going to bother me. Trebuchet, a discount Trebuchet. Its armor is pretty heavy, so it's going to be difficult to knock over. But because we're going to be sticking to cover and generally trying to move as much as we can, it's going to have difficulty getting a good bead on us with its missiles. Just LRMs in general are problem children. And if it closes in to use its lasers, then we'll just kind of pummel it too. Alright, thinking positive. Let's get on the ground. Locust deployed next to me. Alright, that's not great. Our Wolverine rolled like piss and is going to have to go pretty early, but, we know what move we're making with him. We will get the Hornet going late, so we'll be able to respond to where most of their guys are in terms of that weird deployment. So, let's see how this all pans out. Alright, first move, up into cover. No, 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 please. Why do I get the Suicide Squad Steiners? I swear to God. Lancelot hasn't moved yet. Not super happy about that because my plan was kind of built around picking on him. But worst case scenario, we do have large lasers that we can use to pick on this Whitworth. So, we'll have a target. Alright. Shadowhawk have to sprint, but we'll get up into heavy cover and point front towards enemy. Shit. All right. Well, the Lancelot is going to be resisting my Alpha Strike this turn, but uh, like I said, we can still pick on the Whitworth. This is, yeah, height 2, so this guy's going to be pretty much blocked from most of my guys. But hey, focus fire on the Whitworth, see if we can't hit it, maybe even get a nice crit on the LRMs that it's packing. Meanwhile, over here, basic plan, we move into these woods, moving fast. We'll jump jet over this. We'll then just keep booking down this way and keep the enemy unsure where it should position itself against that light mech. All right, so interesting. We do have another opportunity potentially. Now, that would be outside medium range for that. And medium range for that. So what we could do, this wasp has exposed itself. The wasp, this is more what I'm talking about. 5. A single light laser will strip that off, and anything heavier, like this thing can't take a large laser without going into criticals. We do have large laser targets on this thing, and it looks like it didn't even manage to move that much because it's only at mod 3. So we could, instead of focusing on this Whitworth, try to put our weapons on the Wasp and see if we can't knock it out early with a lucky hit. Now, we're only looking at a 25% chance to hit there, whereas with this one, we'd have a 25% chance to hit with our large lasers, and we'd also get to follow up with some pretty bad shot with our mediums, but hey, at least they're shots. I think I'm going to gamble on being able to knock out an enemy light mech real quick. Let's roll those dice, see how Nuffle's feeling today. That's a Blood Bowl joke, and explaining it would be pretty quick, so I may as well do it. Uh, Blood Bowl is a game by that you probably heard of by Games Workshop back when they did their specialty games. Although I understand that they've brought it back recently. Uh, they've it's based on American football in their fantasy world, and it's really fucking camp. But that's pretty much the idea behind it about dwarves and orcs and such fighting. You know this. You've probably heard me talk about this before because the only people watching this are people that I probably know. And if anyone else is watching this, please stop. I'm shy. Anyways, the praying to the god Nuffle comes from the general joke of NFL, the American Football League. I think I'm pretty sure that that's what it's called. Uh, So early on, it kind of emerged of pray to Nuffle for good die rolls, and that joke kind of propagated throughout all of Games Workshop's uh, various hobby games and so on. I don't think that it fully left uh, Blood Bowl as much. Let's see here. Do we have any shots that we can take at all with this guy? I mean, there's an 11. Why not, you know? What did any one of these? Maybe we focus on that J. Edgar light hover tank, more likely to knock it out. And why not give it both barrels? I mean, there's really no reason not to. I mean, we're wasting an SRM, but hey, if that SRM hits, it wasn't a waste. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about when I say pray to Nuffle. Well, okay. So the Draconis fired its missiles at me, and like I predicted, it couldn't hit shit. We didn't hit that, we didn't hit that Wasp, darn it. Our allies did hit the Wasp right in the head. Well, okay, I'll accept that. And it stripped a little bit of armor off that Wasp, so it's even more exposed. Uh, Once again, that J. Edgar light hover tank targeting our Hornet, but fortunately, like I predicted, gave it really hard shots to make. Vidette misses our Hornet. It does look like they're paying attention to it, which I don't like, but it's going to be hard to pin him down. Vulcan missed entirely. focusing on our allied wasp. Glad to see that. We missed the second shot at that wasp, unfortunate. But their wasp missed the shot on our locust, fortunate. Uh, these I didn't really expect to hit, but we made the attempt. So a pretty big whiff fest, except for our local locust pilot, who managed to strip a little bit off that wasp. So small progress. Small progress. But here's where things aren't so great. All right, so enemy Vulcan tried to kick and missed. Our allied uh, Wasp tried to kick and missed. It needs a 9. What is it doing? What are you doing? Stop being you are not a good pilot. You got problems. You're colorblind. There's something wrong with you. Don't do these things. And then he falls on his ass. God damn it. Well, okay. I'll say this much for him. He's a tough son of a bitch. He just face planted his mech, but he didn't take any personal damage. Unfortunately, the Vulcan, despite being, well, actually being a pretty decent pilot, so he manages to keep his feet. Anyway, pretty heat neutral that turn. Only people gaining heat are some Draconis. How are we doing this turn? Alright, we've got 2 guys planted late in initiative, like that. Uh, our Hornet is kind of early in it. Not a fan of that, but we'll see how that rolls out. Okay, I kind of know where that Lancelot is going to be now. So I have a choice. I can emerge from cover in order to try to get closer to him, get a beat on him, and pop him with some more weapons. Now he's in cover, light wood, so that's going to be a -1 to hit him automatically. If we kind of run flat out, using all of the speed available to us, we could just get him into mid-medium laser range. Damn it. But that would, well, we'd be moving pretty fast, which is going to be for a good mod. But we would be kind of exposed out in the open with lots of opportunities for the enemy to respond to how we did that. Alternatively, we could play things a little more safe. Go to this cover, which is still going to put him within short range for our large lasers and medium range for everything else. Big question is, I had like something that allowed me. I thought, is that here? No, no. Okay, whatever. The big thing I'm not sure on is whether with this it would determine him to be behind 2 units of light cover because of this thing and give me an extra penalty. But honestly, I think that this is worth it if for no other reason than to try to distract them off of these light mechs so that they don't keep blowing them up. For Christ's sake, I need my ally to keep some mechs in his retinue. So let's take the slightly more risky move with Corporal Isra Adam. I really need to change these names. You know what? When I get back, I'm just going to replace this first name. You're not Isra. You're Babe for some reason. You chose that name. I didn't. That's not my problem. You're the person making an HR nightmare for me. Let's see. Draconis put the Vulcan over there. I think he jumped like that. Yeah, he jumped. That's going to penalize his shots and penalize mine. He's put himself in close range, so that's not great, but I'm in light cover. I think he should still have a hard time putting any significant heat on me. The light hover tank's over here, but I'm just going to ignore it. The whole reason I did this maneuver was to jump over here and try to keep moving along this edge. I maybe should have turned a bit to help present less on my back, but looks like the enemy didn't take the bait there. So, all right, for this Wolverine, with this Vulcan there, I don't really want to dash out into the open, but I don't really have any good territory I could take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not even with jump jets. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's look at it this way. I know I was going to try to focus on that Lancelot, but who do I have in charge of this one? Yeah, Sassy Meta Allen, my lieutenant in charge of this squad. 4-4, so decent gunner, pretty good pilot. She just kind of runs flat out. She could try to get into a kicking contest with this Vulcan. Alternatively, moving here would mean not a kicking contest, but it would be shots that we could put at pretty close range, and we're moving lots of hexes, so plenty of penalties to hit me. Going to be kind of on his side, so he'll have to choose between shooting the one in cover or twisting to shoot the one that moved a lot. And we're going to be right up on this Whitworth, so it'll be able to get its lasers in play. Did this thing move much? No, it did not move a damn bit. It might actually be worthwhile to pick on this guy. He's in light cover, but he's just not as cool as he thinks he is. Hmm. I'll hedge my bets. Move here. The Vulcan will be kind of confused, and now that said, my original plan was to alpha the Lancelot. Does this help that? Well, I can only get him within medium range. I could switch my plan for this turn. Instead of alphaing the Lancelot, this Vulcan did jump into medium range. Now, it's going to be a -3 because he jumped. But I'm going to be looking at a -3. I ran, so -2. By the way, sorry, pluses. So we're looking at 9s to hit this asshole. This guy has no mod at all besides the cover that he's in. So if we moved up to here, we'd be at a 2 from running, 2 for medium, a +4 on our 4. That's 8s. That's not the worst thing in the world. Not to mention, one more, and we'd be within close for large laser. That's going to be 6s, plus his cover. And then we'd be getting in a kicking fight with this Vulcan, who is okay, an okay pilot. In fact, a better shot than we are. But yeah, I'm willing to risk it. Willing to risk it. Let's have a fight. You and the Lance Commander. Come on. Now, as for you, your PPC is within medium range. I could move you up a bit to get you within short, but on the other hand, I could just sit still in this heavy cover. Can't quite wiggle back and forth. That would be hilarious, but let's see here. Moving one hex, not really worth it. Yeah, I think I'll just sit in this cover, take some long range shots. I have the Lancelot's just outside of my medium range. Okay, you know what? Abandoning the plan of focusing the Lancelot, this Vulcan's in the middle of a bunch of us. Or maybe even better, this Whitworth. Yeah. Yeah, I think this Whitworth is going to be our primary target for these two. This Wolverine can still try to put some damage on that Lancelot, or depending, maybe put it on this Vulcan. We'll see how things pan out for this Vulcan. I know he jumped. That's a -3 mod, and we've done a lot of movement, but that mod may not be as bad as some of the others that we'd have to deal with for range. So let's just sit tight. Ally managed to get up, so that's good. What are we looking at? Yeah, +6 on this guy. Also because those Vulcans have a narrow frame, difficult to hit with direct weapons. Now we could twist. No, I don't think we need to do that. Twist to get the SRM on him. Oh, that's also narrow low profile. Just hard to hit those things. Yeah, we'd be looking at some not great shots against him. Some okay-ish shots over here. Nothing really great with our mediums yet. We're not in brawling range quite yet. We're getting close, but we're not there just yet. A 7 is nothing to sneeze at. And, okay, yeah, we traced it so that this guy's only in one light woods. So we could try to take the pop that will start stripping that Lancelot. Let's see here. An 8 followed up by a couple of 10s. The 8's not super likely to hit. Alternatively, a 7 followed by some 9s, much more likely to hit. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to put this Whitworth in a world of pain this turn. He didn't move much, so I'm going to pick on him. I mean, I know we didn't move much, but at least we didn't move much in heavy cover. And most of the enemies are far away from us, so they can't use like medium lasers on us effectively. So let's give him a dose of large laser, and let's see here. Do I want to use both mediums? Yeah. Yeah, both mediums. Or do I want to use... We finally have a map where it's not windy. Let's get that SRM firing, see if we can't land some shots with it. Over here, your job is to twist to try to make it harder for that asshole over there in the tank to hit you. And then try to hit that asshole in the tank, why not? I mean, you can't do it with that, but, you know, if you can pop him in the ass, excellent. It'd be hilarious. I'd pay you money. I do pay you money. I pay you money to buy food. Alright, over here, we could still get some kinda okay shots on this guy, but I think really our best thing to do is to maybe even risk a little bit of extra heat to just give this guy a rough time. A pair of medium lasers and an SRM-6 come to 10 total heat. That would put me at 12. This large laser gives me 8 heat, so that would put me at 20. I'd soak down to 16. Or, sorry, down to 6, but that's going to be penalties to piloting on my next turn, which may not be great if I'm still in this kicking contest, but or if I get not kicked over in this kicking contest. But I think they're survivable, and this is a really good opportunity that he's allotted me. I don't often alpha strike. You haven't seen me do it much this game, at least not when I didn't have enough to soak it. But I think this is one of those circumstances that calls for the alpha strike. Give him all barrels, everything, glowing hot. Over here, nice PPC, nice LRM. Let's hope for the best. Alright, enemy Lancelot whiffs entirely at our friendly Locust. I'm glad to hear that. Any of those large laser hits would probably knock him down. We managed to get a large laser on that Whitworth. Excellent. We even got a through armor critical, but it didn't come to anything. But we are slowly boiling armor off of it. Armor off of its left leg. Armor off of its center torso. Both of these hit. Excellent work. I believe that's Wolverine number 2. I believe that's Babe. Babe did that. I really need to learn these people's names. I gave them code names and everything. Anyway, but all hits we got with the SRM-6, but rolled pretty low on the number of missiles that hit. But hey, that's more boiled off. If we get a PPC shot on the center torso, we'll be going into criticals on it. We've got the Locust, friendly Locust manages to land an SRM-2 on that Lancelot, strips off a little bit of armor. Notice, you know, this guy is a heavy, but he's got armor readings that are pretty much the same as that Whitworth. Let's see here. Enemy Vulcan managed to whiff, and on shots that weren't, I mean, these were like 27% chance to hit each. So, you know, that worked out pretty well. Worked out in our favor. I believe firing at WVR, so that's firing at the one that scooched right next to him. Sassy, our commander. Our Hornet didn't hit that hover tank. We didn't really expect it to. Enemy Wasp is picking on that same Whitworth, stripping off armor. Glad to see that. Shot with a laser on its right torso. Shot with the SRM-2 on its right arm. Enemy Whitworth finally gets its shot back. Manages to land one on our friendly Locust in center torso. Do not like that. It cannot take much of that. That's like the one area it has that can take a medium laser shot, though, so I'm glad it hit there. And he fired a bunch, so unless he's got a lot of good heat sinks, he's going to be overheating. Vedette misses. Glad to see that. Our other Wolverine manages to misses with a large laser, unfortunate, but hits with both mediums and the SRM-6. It was totally worthwhile to alpha that because that stripped off a lot of armor, and excellent. That center torso shot I was talking about hit on its standard gyro. Down he goes. Base piloting skill 6 plus 3 plus 1. Needs to roll a 10. Falls on his head. Manages to stay conscious, uh, but took another point of damage. Oh, no, actually managed to resist the second point of damage. Can't resist the one for getting shot in the head. But fell right on its head. So when your gyros hit, that's a +3 to your piloting. This guy's already got a 6 piloting, so that's a 9. He's only got a 27% chance to stand up successfully. I'm going to predict that he's going to try and probably fall down and probably brain himself. So I think that PPC shot may have just taken things right out of taken him right out of this fight. Who's in our Shadowhawk? Is that Babe? No, I don't think so. Don't we have no Hogs in Central? Damn it. Okay, I'm getting this down. Next turn, I'm gonna really see this. In any case, I said we were going to get in a kicking match, and it looks like the enemy's deciding to kick our friendly Locust. Not a fan of that, but we'll show him what for. 58% chance. What do we have in punches? We'd only have one at a 27% chance, and it would only do 6 damage. Would 6 damage? Nah, 6 damage ain't about to do anything useful. A kick, on the other hand, could do 11 damage. And this Vulcan, as I recall, yeah, only has 10 on its legs. So any successful kick is going to go into criticals. Any shot in the criticals has a potential to remove the leg. A small one, but a potential. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. Make it happen. Oh, boy. So, enemy Vulcan kicked our friendly Locust, crushed a lot of its right leg armor, put a critical hit on its upper leg, and a critical hit on its on a heatsink. The critical hit on upper leg is bad. That means the Locust is going to be limping if it doesn't, fall down, which, looking a little bit in the future, it totally did. So that guy's going to be on the ground, and he's going to be on the ground with a broken ass leg and a cramped cockpit with a 7 base piloting skill. He's got that same 9 that other guy does. This guy's going to be braining himself. Now that's actually, that may work slightly in our favor. At least he won't be running into more trouble, but he's probably going to be a magnet for fire. Well, no, yeah, the Wasp kicked the Whitworth, so that's more damage or punched it. No, kicked it in the right arm. Jesus, what kind of mech judo are you using? Well, anyway, kicked it in the right arm. That's more off the Whitworth. Sad that we didn't take it down this turn, but hey, we've softened it up for next. Oh wait, we did. Well, we made it fall. Not destroyed, but whatever. We missed our shot, but luckily our pilot is a good enough, well, just barely getting close, but good enough pilot to make it. Yep, there's that 6 heat. So don't want to risk too many more of those next turn, but all right. We've got a good spread of guys in the last round of initiatives. So Lancelot kind of scoots over to the side. He's exposed himself, interestingly. Not sure how best to take advantage of that. Let's see here. That Whitworth is on the ground. Hang on, let me check because he's red. I can't and gray. I think he might have stood up a bunch and yeah, he ran trying to stand up a bunch. I want to see if I can already look at how much he's brained himself. Can I not yet? Alright, fine, whatever. I guess it's all supposed to be simultaneous anyway. Give me just a moment. Refreshing. What I suppose I could do is I could try to go full ham on this Lancelot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could jump jet up next to him. Now, come to think of it, that's a really dumb plan. It is, because that's a heavy mech. I don't care how lightly armored it is, it still kicks like a fucking mule. I do not want to get tangled in a kicking contest with that thing. That said, it did not move much. Its mods are going to be real low. If we can walk over our ally here, unfortunately, I think they count as difficult terrain. Oh, right. We are slow because of all of that fucking juice that we poured into ourselves. Hmm. Okay. This situation does stink a little. This Vulcan is going to be able to get some nasty back shots on us if we press the advantage. But that Lancelot did kind of park. On the other hand, we're not under a time limit here other than, this locust is going to explode at some point. So we could try to take it slow. Not worry too much about fighting the Lancelot immediately. Kind of back off, try to make sure that this Whitworth is done for. I mean, he's down. He's got 3 hits on him, where previously just had Sharon. I don't know if that's a guy or girl or whatever. Maybe it's a android. 3 hits, so got up and down and fell on its ass a bunch. Uh, it's only got 2 more of those before he fucking kills himself, and probably is pretty likely to pass out. Honestly, I'm gonna just leave that alone, because if he just knocks himself the fuck out, that's a free mech. I could kind of duck in here, since I am overheated a bit, but there's no good way to turn to avoid some kind of back shot. You could get me from here. Well, I guess actually, if I turn this way, they can't get me from here, and then I can torso twist this way, and that kind of prevents it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have normal movement to get there. I could jump. That's going to give me more heat, and that means I'm just not going to get any good shots this turn. But it means the Lancelot can't see me. Vulcans could kind of corner me, though. Tough call here. Tough call. Do I play it do I play it safe? Do I play it dangerous? This is my Lance Commander, and since we just overheated her, uh, overheated Sassy, this is Sassy, so since we just overheated Sassy, we probably should just play it safe and walk Sassy back a bit, by which I mean back up, backing up, backing up. 4 spaces will give a -2. We could jump for a -3, because that's not great cover, but this far back, the Lancelot is going to still be in medium range for its large lasers and its PPC, so, yeah, not a fan of that either. Alright, that Lancelot is in a dangerous position, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of more scared of him because he only scooted a little bit. Oh, right, right. He's a dumb fuck. He doesn't have good aim to start with. Okay, so he'd be like at an 8. If I'm scooting back that should be 2, so he'd be like a 10. That's pretty unlikely to hit. Now, I'm not going to be likely to land anything either, let's be honest. Tell you what I could do, though. I could, once again, don't want to get in a kicking contest with it, but I could jump like this. Except that the Wasp is going to get have some pretty easy back shots on me, but I don't particularly care about the Wasp. The Vulcan may take the bait, and then I can follow up the Vulcan with, I don't know, fucking something else. Oh yeah, that J. Edgar is going for my light mech, but by the time I'm gonna be getting the fuck out of there. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I think Sassy's is gonna risk it to try to get some good hits on that last. Well, actually, she can't. She can't because she's too overheated. No, play it safe. Jump in here. Give yourself an opportunity to cool off a little bit. Torso twist that way. or actually just, yeah, stick like that, and then you can torso twist in order to stop people from shooting you, and the Lancelot can't see you, and you can target whoever gets in line, and honestly, one of those people that gets in line might just be the Whitworth. So that's the kind of gameplay you're asking for, right? That's why you're watching these. To see me hem and haw for a solid 8 minutes on whether I should move a mech to one hex or not. And this is the reason I love this game. And this is the reason that it's intolerable to watch me do it. How the hell does Beagle make this so fun when he's hemming and hawing for like 30 minutes? I don't know. Anyway, the Draconis have a tough choice to make because I've just completely bamboozled them, I suppose. I guess. Well, shit, is this revenge? Is it like, well, you just made me sit on my computer ass for like an eternity in computer time, so now you're going to wait yourself, human. Now I know what it's calculating. It's got the Vulcan, and the Vulcan has jump jets, and that gives it ultimate maneuverability. So unfortunately, it's having to figure out, oh, fucking right, where can this Vulcan jump to in order to ensure stuff. Uh, can't get good shots on him from the angle of the Whitworth because there's too much tree in the way. Can't good shots on him regardless because wherever I go, they'll be able to point guns right back at me. Can't get good shots on them where the Wasp currently is. Hey, you still there? Hello? Hello, computer? I think it's thinking about the Vulcan. I hope I didn't, like... Well, it should time out at some point here. Did I set the thing? I may not have set the thing where you give it, like, more limited time to think because it starts getting hung up like this. Hadn't run into a problem before now, but you kind of have to give this thing a cap on how long it can think because, let's face it, this is a complex-ass game. I play it, and I'm the only person I know that can really tolerate it because I have weird things about grognardy games. Might also just be frozen. There was a trick to that. I think like kicking the bot and re-adding it. I'm gonna give him a little while longer, but you know, it's not like anyone is watching this for significant content. After all, I don't answer to any advertisers. I'm not trying to keep the channel interesting. You are here to experience this game the way I'm experiencing it right now in this moment where I'm sitting on my ass watching a computer with a pretty high grade processor chug at playing a children's, well, absolutely not a children's board game, playing a man-child's board game. Alright, hang on. See if I remember how to do this. Okay. Um, Draconis Combine, I think, is player 2. So if we like, what is it? Let's see here. Manage allow team change, check PV, check defeat, and so on. Still fix salvation, join team, kick. Hey, hey! Local load, local save, Nova, nuke, replace player. I think it's replace player. Um, so if we like kick 2, that was it, right? Draconis Combine was 2. Yeah. We disconnect the bot. How is that? Replace player? Was that capital or yeah? No, that's not it. Is it up here? Game. Replace player. Well, that's a issue. Well, okay. This is why we save this shit. Do not fret. Do not panic. Oh god, my desktop. I feel so fucking professional. I've got a fuck screen and everything. And now you guys get to hear me just kind of talk over it. What is even getting punched here? I don't recognize this mech that's blowing up. Possibly because it's blowing up. It might be a vulture. I think it's hard to tell. Um, Mostly because its form factor is getting kind of fucked up by an Atlas fist. Apparently, Ben, Big Ben, of course, should have figured that one out. Can't tell what kind of Atlas this is, just looking at it. Uh, but, okay, so we should be able to load a saved game. Hang on, I should bring this up so that other people can see how the fuck you would recover from this. Okay, so load a saved game. I've got this set on paranoid saving, so I should be able to go into like, I don't know, save games. This autosave.cav. What is today? 6/13. Probably this was saved at 8. Yeah, 8:52 seems reasonable. Uh, okay, so the question is, did this happen before? Okay, so we'll try this again. Okay, cool. We can replace the Draconis Combine with Princess Bot. Uh, just all of this I think is pretty normal. Uh, Forced withdrawal, yeah, it means that it withdraws when it's taken, when a mech is effectively no longer operational, it withdraws. So, um, there we go, there we go. He's thinking, okay, right. This is the start of the turn. Oh, maybe I've got to replace all the players with bots. Yes, I believe that's the case. I could tweak you guys to fucking say stop being so dumb, but that's not how they programmed you. Okay, so now the Lyran Commonwealth moves. Now it's my turn to move. Looks like everyone made more or less the same moves, except that this guy moved here instead of somewhere else. Well, that actually kind of works to my benefit. That's a big blocker that I can rely on in the way of that Vulcan. With that in mind, does that change anything? Really doesn't. Still the same decision I would have made. Jump into this heavy cover so that I can try to avoid... Oh, okay, actually, here's something that changed with history. This bastard managed to stand up. Okay, time has shifted. The computer has reloaded on me. The fucking computer's a save scummer. Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen, we've been played. Now, I'll tell you how I'm going to respond to this. I am going to just kind of creep up on this motherfucker and tell him that I don't like the fact that he's save scumming one little bit. Just kind of twist over here. That's going to allow this vulture to come up and try to get in my business, or this Vulcan, to get up in my business, though. I could just instead fucking make this jump. This guy's protecting me, this building's protecting me. I don't want to be doing kicking after this much jumping and how heated I am, probably, but I'll fire a laser or two, maybe an SRM, hit its back armor, see if I can't get some nice hits. Yeah, let's see how that turns out. Okay, moved his VDET. I think that's the move he was confused on last time. Yep, so the Vulcan did kind of what I predicted, and it's trying to get back shots, but I think I've more or less prevented that. Now, the question of what to do with this Wolverine. This Whitworth is still active. We still need to bully it into submission because of this. This Vulcan, quick question, Vulcan. What's your back armor look like? Not hot. Because of how that Vulcan exposed his rear, and how we're crowded up over here and the Lancelot can't see shit, we could just generally, once again, ignore my previous plan to pick on the Lancelot, move up here to try to take advantage of that Vulcan that has exposed itself to us. This, if I torso twist, now let's see here. My weapons are, what do I have? Okay, so my head laser wouldn't be able to put that on target. But my right arm, uh, yeah, torso twist, my right arm, and my, uh, okay, torso twist, tink. Or wait, do Wolverines have an extended torso twist. Haha, I've got you now, motherfucker. Let's go get him. Oh, and he pulled up that skulker. Like I'm supposed to give a shit. Over here, we were fucking booking it for the border. That J. Edgar might try to hunt us to the ends of the earth, and we might just ignore it to the ends of the earth. Because I'm going to wish it luck in maneuvering like this mech can. Pew! Our Lyran ally has to... Nope, nope. Well, he just knocked himself the fuck out. He's going to be laser bait for this Lancelot. I am not happy about that, because that's effectively a dead ally. But what the fuck can you do? What the fuck can you do? Okay, so the Whitworth is the only thing that can reasonably target this guy, and he's an okay shot, but he still doesn't have great range on me. Meanwhile, I've got pretty good range on him as long as I just sit right here. The Vulcan can't target me. This guy doesn't have anything long enough. The Skulker certainly doesn't. I could scoot up like one to get the, you know what, since no one's really aiming at me, do I want to give up this cover a bit? Okay, thoughts. I hate this Vulcan. He's too jumpy, and he's a pretty good shot. So, a little bit of maneuvering brings this Vulcan into short range and decent LRM shot. If I can peg him in the ass right now, while he's just got a mod 2, that could put him out of commission quick. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. Let's fucking do that. Come here, you. Yeah, Whitworth got up and then fell back down? Is he actually on the ground? Oh, because he ran, he's got a damaged hip actuator or gyro, has to make a check at the end of his run. He is now fallen down on his right arm. Whew, I didn't have to worry about that guy at all. Now, my friendly Locust, he's fucking on his ass because he just can't make a roll to save his life. He literally cannot make a roll to save his life, but unfortunately, that's probably because he'd have to roll an 11 to do. He needed to just not try. He's fucking done. He is fucking done. You're out. You're okay. Good night. You may not eject. I'm so sorry. But at least you're still here. All right, so this guy's on his ass again. I am not as concerned about him. Now, that said, I'm not going to have good shots on this guy. And most of it is because of the fact that he jumped. Or the fact that I jumped, rather. I've got better shots on this guy, but doing that exposes my back to this guy, kind of. That's a weird angle. I don't quite know how to predict that. So that would be clearly on my back. That exposes my back to this guy, but what's he got? A medium laser and a machine gun? Pfft, I don't give a shit. So I could turn like this. I've got 9 heat, this is an eco round on heat for this guy, so I don't really want to use a lot more than I need to. Probably just the medium laser and the other medium laser because it's not great shots. I could go ahead and put it on this guy. I mean, what if he stands up again? God almighty. No one wants that. But he's damaged his center torso so much. And if he completely destroys his center torso, he's worth a lot less in salvage. I'd kind of prefer to put that on him, not me. If I could target his head right now, totally would, but can't really do that. So instead, it may be worthwhile to just take the unlikely shots on this Vulcan, or take the slightly more likely shots on this Wasp. He's already got some weakened areas. A medium laser hitting one of these might strip him down to criticals. It wouldn't finish him off, but then maybe the follow-up SRM would? No chance in hell, though, so what if we just go home and declare this all a mistake? What about you? What's your deal? Right, you've got 2 machine guns and... Well, more armor than I thought, Jesus. But that's vehicles for you. It is technically called a tank. Oh, those are just 2 front-mounted machine guns. You can't even shoot to the side. What is wrong with you? Yeah, let's just err on the side of making life hard for this Vulcan to shoot me. I'll go ahead and pop him a couple extra times just to kind of see if one of them lands. That'll bring me up to 1 net heat, which is a nice recovery. Over here, we've got extra twist. Let's see. Iran, he's got narrow profile. That narrow profile is going to be paying dividends to him, but maybe we can catch him this time. Let's see here. We've already built up 5. Interesting. Oh, right. We're slightly overheated from last turn. But let's see here. That would be 11. Yeah, we'll do both medium lasers and the SRM-6. 27% chance to hit. You know, maybe one of these will hit. I keep forgetting about that low profile. It keeps messing with my numbers. At a 8, this would be much more likely to hit. Like, you know, a 40% chance or so. Going up 1 die kind of halves that. But hey, we'll see what lands. Over here, we are going to continue our policy of not giving a single red shit about what this Edgar is doing. Apart from the fact that we can keep, well, okay, no point in shooting at it. Literally no point. So just save the heat, I guess. You could soak plenty. But anyway, so yeah, here 41%. I guess not quite half, but you know, a 13% reduction. That's nothing to sneeze at. But hey, we'll take the shots. We'll see if we can't land at least one of them. All of these shots are in back armor. Any one of them can potentially knock his ass out. So let's take it. Let's just cross our fingers. This is what I was figuring was going to happen. The Lancelot is picking on the Locust, destroys his right arm, strips most of the armor off his right torso, strips all the armor off of his left leg, missed with the medium laser, so the Locust is still, you know, alive. Never mind. Oh wait, no, it's had its right arm sheared off. The Whitworth still managed to fire despite being on its ass. I guess it must have had a good angle. Its left arm is done. When that pilot wakes up, he's going to eject, and that's going to be effectively a dead mech, so uh, that's not great. The Wasp put some more damage on that Whitworth. It's, you know, keeps insulting it. This was, yeah, this was from Sassy. Stripped a little bit of right arm. Good hit, good hit. Vedette misses the Wasp. Okay. The Wasp actually, the Wasp fires? I guess it had. No, wait. The Wasp is. Yeah, never mind. That's the enemy Wasp shooting at the Locust. And the Locust is still technically a mech. He still counts for one more turn. All right. Our fire. We hit the left arm. Damn it. We hit. Oh wait, no. This is the Vulcan. The Vulcan firing at us. Hits our left arm. Hits us with machine guns. But we are. The Wolverine is a pretty tough little medium. It's got a lot of armor on it. It's designed to take hits like this, and as long as we're taking them right on the front, we can endure. We get a laser off on the center torso rear. Let's see. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, we stripped off a lot of its back armor, but unfortunately we weren't able to finalize. We just couldn't get enough damage on target, which is sad. How's your punch on this sucker? I mean, there's no reason not to. There's no consequence of a failed punch. So go for it. Friendly Wasp kicks the Whitworth, puts a little more damage on its center torso. Center torso rear. We actually land our punch. Excellent work, Sassy. So, that's a little bit more dent in that Vulcan. Enemy Wasp tries to kick, fucks up. Enemy Vulcan tries to kick, fucks up. Enemy Vulcan falls down. Haha, fuck you. Unfortunately, he's a pretty good pilot, so that's not going to guarantee anything other than that he can't jump jet next turn. And we've kind of brought our heat back under control. And the Lancelot is burning up a little bit. But alright, round 4. Unfortunately, we've still got Sassy having to go pretty early. But after the Vulcan, so that's our current target right now. Damn, he moved fast. Alright, so he's still kind of exposed his back to us. We can still try to kind of follow up on that. The question is, doing so will probably expose us to that Lancelot and wherever he wants to go. Where does he go in initiative? This is important now. Okay, he's going to go after our first move, but uh, before all the rest of our moves, so we can kind of respond to where he is. So for Sassy, it may be best not to try to follow up this immediately. I'm eager to find out how this Whitworth will perform, because I have a feeling it'll be hilarious. So might be the best thing to do is just kind of to take a nice semi-safe move and back up a bit. We'll be able to put some fire on him. We'll move a couple hexes to get our penalties up. You know what? No, I'll keep him at medium range. Still want to put a kind of good shot on him, but that's going to be -1, -2, -3, -4, 5, +4, 5. So still looking at 9s there, but I don't want them to be 11s. I want to still be relevant, you know? That provides a wide base of fire that's making the enemy scatter a bit. Alright, so that Lancelot can't see me here, but he has moved to try to provide cover to the Vulcan's rear. That said, oh geez, calm down. I could just kind of work on getting that Vulcan within. I wouldn't be able to hit its back armor per se, but from here I can put a lot of shots on him. And of course, he may just be. All right. Now that I'm stopping for a moment and thinking, I'm realizing this Lancelot is going to take shots on this Locust. That's what he's going for. That's what he's closing in on. He wants to finalize that Locust. He's not going to shoot at me. That's what I'm betting on. He is not actually interested in my mechs right now. He's interested in finalizing that Locust. So if we back up a bunch, turn around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We won't quite be within kicking range, but that's only a -1 for for a walk. That's going to be within close range, so -1 for this guy's stuff, but that's going to be a lot of high accuracy shots right on his anus. That's what I'm going to bet on. I am going to roll the dice on that being what's going on here. Over here, we continue our cannonball run for the actual objective. Likewise, over here, we could just duck back into cover. But let's see here. I want to be on this arc within that range. Yeah, I'm going to risk it. I'm coming for you, Vulcan. Holy shit. So, pretty hilarious shit. This Whitworth keeps rolling amazingly to get back up, just so that he can go and fall right the fuck back down. He is slowly fucking tumbling his way to victory. But there he is, prone behind us again. He's fucking rolling that mech. Oh, I hope he's proud of himself. Alright, let's take the 9. And let's only bother with one of these. That'll keep us heat neutral. It'll open up our options next turn. Over here, though, I got him in my sights about as hard as I'm ever going to with this guy. Now, Alpha Inc. didn't turn out so hot last time. It kind of got us in a lot of trouble. Well, some mild trouble. And this guy's back armor is pretty toast. A light laser on any of that is going to get into criticals. A SRM shot is going to put some criticals, and I prefer to knock him out with criticals rather than with center torso destruction, because that gives me a chance to bring him home as salvage. So I think I'm going to eschew going a full Alpha Strike. I am going to instead hit him with the standard issue combo of a pair of medium lasers and an SRM-6 to kind of soften him up and then put a lot of crits on him, in the hope that I get a couple shots on his engine or a couple shots on his gyro and just knock him the fuck out. Over here, we're good. But that does leave the question of this. Hitting with this is likely to destroy his center torso if we hit him in the back. Well, no, it's not, actually. It's not likely at all. Unless the bunch of damage on him before does it. But, you know what, fuck it. If we destroy him, we destroy him. Weapons fire for the Vulcan. Tries to shoot at my Wolverine. Actually manages to get an AC2 on my Wolverine, but whatever. That's like 3 damage. The light hover tank is getting involved on that poor fucking Wasp. Jesus, he's just got armor stripped off all over him. Our Wolverine has hit on that right torso. Yeah, this is Sassy. Firing from long range, manages to strip off all of his right torso front armor. Draconis Wasp Gets a medium laser in on our Wolverine, but our Wolverines are tough. They can take a couple more of those. Uh, oh, the Lyran Wasp is the one that's okay. So not happy about that. That's our Wasp, our only other active ally. So that's not great. Missed both of them too. Oh, fug. We betted wrong. Now, that's it. We took 10 damage to our right arm and 8 damage to our right torso. That's not hot. That's not great. But these are tough. They're Wolverines. Fucking Wolverines. They don't fucking stop. That said, that's a dangerous amount of damage. I do not like that that happened. I'm glad that I've got that long-ranging light mech that's going to try to help us to complete this objective the other way around. Just as a backup, I'm still confident, but just as a backup. Oh, and those are kind of rare hits. He got 2 27s. Wish we could hit that regularly. VDET misses, so I'm glad for 8s that miss, and definitely glad for 11s that miss. Uh, yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about. He got, he needed 2 9s, he got them. I needed 1 out of 3 8s, 4 8s. Not a one of them. Not a single one of them. At least, the Babe keeps her feet, but drives a man to drink. Oh shit, there goes the Wasp. Why did you kick? You needed a 9. Don't do this to me. Well, at least that guy's still here. Okay, good rolls on initiative this time. Only that enemy Locust will be able to go before some of our guys. Oh, wait, no. Enemy Skulker. Skulker. And I guess, oh fuck, the Lancelot got above, well, got above Sassy, so let's see where most of this stuff moves. Now the Vulcan's gonna turn right back around, apparently. Okay, is this bait? Is this bait? This guy has been beaten up so much, I am so surprised he's alive. Glad I didn't alpha over here, because it didn't amount to fucking anything. Who is this? Who the fuck is in charge over here? Oh, this is Babe. Yeah, this is Babe. Babe's got a tough mech, managed to take a PPC and a large laser, but come on, Babe. Oh, that didn't sound right. Anyway, who do we have back here? Umrana? Small. Right, small. So, Small in the Shadowhawk, Sassy in the Wolverine. Well, the first Wolverine. Uh, Second Wolverine is Babe. Who's over here? Twinkle Toes. Beautiful. So, this Vulcan has taken a lot of damage. It's especially taken a lot on its right torso. Now, unfortunately, with that position, it's giving me its left torso, so I don't have anything I can easily follow up on. It's taken no critical damage for all the shots that I put on it. I'm starting to get a little frustrated. I could maybe just kind of snook in close, but then that Lancelot's going to turn on me. But you know what? If that Lancelot turns on me, it's going to expose his rear to my other guys. So come on. Sassy's being sassy. Turning on pavement. Hang on, hang on, hang on. This is fixed by better movements. Okay, yeah, Lancelot's coming after me, but like I said, that exposes his back to my shit. Oh, no, it's currently Twinkle Toes. All right, Twinkle Toes, go for the goal. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 faster, go. Let's see here. What's going to be faster? We turn now, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or it's moot. It's all the fucking same. Doesn't matter. Just go. All right. Our allied Locust realized that he's crippled and is withdrawing. Wait, no, he's still unconscious. I don't know how the fuck he knows that. Who the fuck said that? Anyway, my Shadowhawk has the PPCs. This Whitworth got up again? How many tens is this guy gonna roll? This is ridiculous. I can't be having with this. This is just frickin' ridiculous. He's making me look bad. Alright, alright. Just, what if, stay with me now, what if we come here, turn here, that gives me some shots on that chump. I could take shots on that chump. I can take shots on lots of chumps, and these chumps will have some difficulty taking. Well, no, they easily could take the same shots on me, and that's not moving much. I could alternatively tuck up into this cover that moves fast and tucks me into cover. Kind of fucks with my shots, but hey, you know, I've got to stay safe, and still gives me some options for who to shoot. That seems pretty good. Over here, I'm so sassy! Alright, people at home, people playing at home who are watching this thing are going to be able to see it on fucking YouTube and actually go through this frame by frame and look at this. I want you to check exactly how many fucking nines these guys are getting, because they're making this take forever. Meanwhile, over here, we can't roll it. Well, okay, he gets up, I guess. Good for him. Damn it, I want that many nines. I want it bad. I want it so much I can taste it. Okay, can't get a shot on this guy, so that means he can't get a shot on me. Glad to see that. Can get a shot on this guy. It's not a great shot, but you know what? We can just take a piss load of them. So let's just, take a bunch of those nines that they can hit a bunch, and see if maybe the dice turn on them to this turn. Do I want to go for the overheat again? It didn't work last time. It could not work again this time. We're hitting him on his side, on a side that just doesn't have a hell of a lot of armor, or does have a hell of a lot of armor. And those SRM6s, they can put out a punch of punishment. They could put out potentially 12 damage, but more likely is like somewhere around 6 or so. So instead of using that, because we don't have a lot of crit spots to hit, if we do a large laser, a medium, and a medium, we're overheated by 2, but we can take that. Yeah, that sounds good to me. You're done. Over here, what are the shots we got? We could try to just fucking take out this Whitworth. It is just being impossible. I was nice to it and all that, but it's just making my day hard. I've got a great shot on this. How many low profile mechs did you bring, you dick munch? Got a good shot on that Wasp. Any hit I put on that Wasp is probably going to knock it on its ass if I actually connect with it. Because 10 damage is an immediate critical through. Over here, 10 damage is softening up, but wouldn't even be a critical through its armor. But we haven't put much hurt on this guy at all. We do need to soften him up somehow. Or we go for this guy, trying to finalize him, and try to hope and pray that Babe here can burn through his back armor with a couple good shots. I don't want to put any more shots on this guy. It's kind of pointless. And hey, we'll be able to get in a kicking contest with him. See where that goes. Although I prefer to kick this guy. Yeah, I think the most important thing right now, and I might be wrong, I might be very wrong, but I think the most important thing right now is to actually start trying to drop chumps. And if we can do that by getting a 41% chance, it's less than a coin flip. This is more than a coin flip. It's just how 2d6 works. So some good armor stripping versus a chance to just knock him the fuck out because I'm hitting his back armor. His back armor is shit. And if I hit him back center torso, he's just fucking down. He is gone. I've been taking risks this whole game, and none of them have panned out yet, but none of them have super hurt me yet either. So let's take one more. What's one more risk in the grand scheme of things? And why not? Who knows? It could hit. Okay, so do I want to put on this? No, I want to focus fire on this guy. Just put as much damn hurt on him as I possibly can. And I think we're not likely to drill through his back armor with 2 medium lasers. So I think we do the same thing that Sassy did and put down the large laser and 2 mediums just for pure stripping damage. So, VDET misses. Glad to see that. Wasp hits. Hate to see that. Fuck you, Wasp. I'm tired of your shit. Okay, here's another 8+ that they got. Uh, we got a 7+ on that medium laser. No wait, that's again the enemy. Enemy got on our guy a 7+. That's again on Babe, and that left arm is looking a little unarmored. Not a fan of that. But the rest of his shots miss, so that's good. The Whitworth manages to take shots at Sassy and manages to land an 8 and land an 8. And at least one of his other 8s misses, at least the 12 misses, so that's great. Our friendly Wasp misses both of its 8s. Okay, well, so Sassy fails to get anything off of a bunch of 9s. Didn't even see an 8 in that roll. Lancelot misses. I'm glad to see that. Our Shadowhawk misses. Our Wolverine manages to hit twice on a 7. You know, not the enemy with their 8s, so getting a little salty, especially because I saw this coming, for fuck's sake. Yeah, we took 20 damage, fine. That's a base target 6. That's like a 70% chance or something. Nope, fucking failed that. Needed a 7, rolled a 6, fall on our ass, take damage. So that's Babe down in the dirt. Managed to stay conscious at least. Just needed a 7 to avoid damage. But nope, nope. Alright. No, I'm not gonna kick the bill. Oh, because she fell down, she doesn't get to get kicked, and she get to get kicked. Not gonna. You know what? Maybe I will fucking punch a building. I am pissed. Fuck you, building. Ah, fuck. Kicks me right in the right torso, gets through to my back armor, and destroys one of my jump jets. And my allied wasp just keeps fucking kicking and keep fucking missing and keep braining themselves. Okay, so here's the situation that we're in. Nuffle has pissed on me. He was not happy about the fact that I invoked his name. That was apparently quite rude of me. Oh, and of course, enemy reinforcements come in. Maybe he was even, trying to teach me a lesson about getting greedy this early in the campaign. About trying to actually stand up to a fight where, maybe with the tonnage we have, we should have been able to knock out one of these fucking mechs because we've been focus firing them so damn much. But no, apparently we just can't hit any shots. Oh, right, this guy, I haven't reloaded him yet. There you go, buddy. Right, of course they'd be there. Well, okay, they're a bunch of light guys. I don't particularly care about them, apart from the fact that I have to be immobile for several turns. Okay, so, bad situation. How do we make it better? This guy already moved over here. That means that we can kind of mosey our way over here. The PPC is built into the left torso, so that wouldn't help over her. I'm kind of surprised that this locust is still here. That's surprising to me. Honestly, could just do this. That gives me good shots on. Actually, it gives me kind of excessive shots if I just back up a little bit. The Shadowhawk hasn't taken any damage, so I'm willing to try to attract a little onto it because I've got Wolverines that have taken far more, like Babe over there. That'll give me a good hit on the Vulcan, potentially good hit on the. In fact, can I get like not like that, more like that would give me good hits on the rear of this thing, and potentially shots on the Vulcan if I wanted. Yeah, let's do it like that. This Vulcan is asking for a challenge, and unfortunately he's kind of on fire. So I don't really feel inclined to answer that challenge. I feel inclined to ignore his ass and go and pick on this skulker. Make myself feel better. And meanwhile here, you've got to try to get up, but where are you going to go? So the Whitworth moved over here. So if we move like here, most of you can't get hit by much. So if we get up and move in this direction, you don't move much, but there's not a lot that can target you. And that gives you nice kicks on whoever you like. So make it happen. Yep, you need a 6, please. Okay, that's fine. You can do a couple more of those. It's all right. It's just fine. Just calm down, center yourself, find your happy place. Center your chakra, get your wheels in order, and make that 6. There you go. I believed in you, babe. Still doesn't sound great. Okay, most of the enemy tanks have deployed in a way that makes it so that they won't be able to shoot me well from right here. But unfortunately, the problem is I gotta kind of sit still for 2 turns in order to do this. And this first turn doesn't count. So shit. Fucking seriously. Yeah, right now I am banking on getting this to take the victory home because, in all seriousness, The dice have fucked me over hard on this one, and I just don't know if I can recover from it right. Now, that said, let's not get too salty. I've got good shots on the back of this Lancelot. I have terrible shots on the back of this Lancelot because it's got low profile. And I'm within minimum range. What the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking? God damn it, I'm an idiot. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, okay, good news, good news. We've got a shot that we've never made before on this Whitworth. And, you know, he's been banged up. Alright. The Lancelot didn't take a lot of shots on his back because we didn't fucking hit any. But we did strip its center torso to 8. That means one shot through could end everything. It's possible. It's theoretical. I mean, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not be an idiot is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna fucking just let it go and not hold such a stupid grudge and take the more likely shot. I'm gonna be angry about it though. Angry about the fact that I've let myself into this position. Well, hang on, son. I didn't ask for that. Okay, so this is a vehicle. We should be able to knock this the fuck out at least. Put some fire down. 8s to hit, because of course they're 8s to hit. They're always 8s to hit, so that we'll never hit them. Alright, calm down. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay, okay. We've got good shots. We have good shots here. 6s. 6s we've hit a bunch of. 72% chance to hit. You know, just like the piloting rolls. We made those. We centered our chakra. Babe is now good to go. Babe is ready. Ready to start burning through. So, with a large laser and a pair of mediums, she's going to overheat by 5 points. That's not great because that's going to penalize her movement in the following turn. I could go for the slightly safer, the medium, 2 mediums and an SRM-6, with the hope that one of those mediums will land on a center torso rear, strip it down, expose it, and then a bunch of SRM-6s can possibly crit a bunch of proc a bunch of crits. It's a narrow ravine, you know, about a meter long, but blast womprats, etc. Now that said, I could do that. That's a kind of a long shot. Let's be honest. Alternatively, I've got 5s to hit this guy, and I've got a back shot on him. I could just take him the fuck out. That's really what I should do. I should stop being so salty. Actually, speaking of salty, I also have shots on this guy. More 8s. No. Let's let's try to extricate ourselves from this problem. We kind of got ourselves into this position because we kept switching the plan and we kept unfocusing. So let's actually do the focus part of focus fire. We left him alone because we assumed that he was useless, you know, harmless after the gyro hit. But that was severely underestimating his ability to roll 10s forever. So let's knock him out, remove an enemy from the board, just remove a problem from consideration. Let's make it happen. I believe in you guys. You're the best damn team in the galaxy. Over here, you're gonna have a bit of a fight on your hands. Now, it looks like the Saladin has put itself in a position where it can't do shit. But the rest of those guys can kind of hit you. So you're going to have to fight to survive. But you're backed up into a corner, so things should be good. Boy, I hate seeing red text under greens. Alright, so the Lancelot got a shot on our Wolverine? Where from? What? No, it specifically didn't. The building was... Does it twist? How much? No, that's on Babe. How did... I was... Does it have extra... Okay. Right. Large laser in the arm can turn around and fire, and it can hit. We've got the armor to take that. We can take 2 more of those. Just fucking bring it on. Skulker tank doesn't get any hits. Pack rat from the reinforcements doesn't get any hits. The AC-5 doesn't get any hits. I'm glad to see all of those missing. Medium laser hits left torso, destroys armor, rolls several criticals, hits an SRM, then the SRM2 that we thought was a good idea to put in the Wasp. The Wasp explodes. The Wasp is destroyed by ejection, so that's one of our allies gone. The only other ally we have is the unconscious dude. And if he dies, we are extracted, which honestly I'd kind of accept at this point. Our Shadowhawk, our Vidette, enemy Vidette misses. Before he goes, our friendly Wasp manages to put a critical hit on the engine of that Whitworth, which is excellent. That's going to make give him even more penalties to pilot that he will ignore. The enemy Whitworth hits with every one of its shots on Babe, but Babe can take it. Babe is fine. Armor for days. Sassy manages to pick on that Skulker, and yes, we just procced for a bunch of crits and we've immobilized it. So that's one enemy we've removed from the field. 6 fucking rounds in, we removed 1 tank from the field. Draconis Wasp misses. Great to see. Sassy, getting her hits back, manages to shoot the Whitworth in the head. In the back of the head. There we go, Sassy. So that's the second hit on that gyro. That destroys a gyro. The gyro is gone. It cannot, it will automatically fall. It may even explode. We'll see what happens. Now, this J. Edgar light hover tank that I was making so much fun of earlier has popped off with a bunch of SRMs and has actually managed to strip all of the armor off of Babe. Our Hornet procs for lots of crits on that Scorpion light tank, gets a bunch of those missiles in. That's okay. So here's where our 10 was waiting. Actually manages to get all of those missiles in, procs a bunch of motive system damage, so that thing's going to have trouble moving. Babe actually manages to keep her mech on its feet. The gyro on this thing is destroyed. It automatically falls. It doesn't explode, but that means that it cannot stand back up again. It is done. That pilot will evacuate. We have actually finally dropped a mech. So excellent. There's no reason to step on this one. So this is height 3. Okay, yeah. He turned and zapped us. That Lancelot is dangerous. But okay, this is down. This is down. We still got the Vulcan. We still got the enemy Wasp. I can declare physical attacks against this building, but really there's no reason to. Oh, I thought I disabled that. Damn it. Steam, please. I mean, I'm using this as cover, so. Over here, how's your kick looking? 4? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's some good chances to do some good damage. Now, we could kick the Lancelot, but the Lancelot has probably some pretty heavily armored legs. It is a heavy, after all. Yeah, it's got 12 and 14, so that 11 will not destroy it, although it will weaken it a bit. And then if we can put a lot of fire downrange on it, we can potentially look for a leg, but that would be a kind of long shot. Alternatively, this Vidette, any hit we get on a Vidette is going to be a potential to track it and remove it from the field. Let's do that. Well, we damaged its systems. I'll take that. It's slower. It's getting more difficult to maneuver. That guy's still out, but you know he's only on the field in order to keep us on the field. Um, pretty okay on our initiatives. We might need to send someone north quickly to try to help out our ally, try to help out Twinkle Toes. That Hetzer is now rolling in. Oh, I thought he was just going to be happy with sticking in his little cage. Okay, for right now. Unfortunately, Shadowhawk's moving before a lot of these enemies. I can't really figure out what any of them are going to do. So I could just kind of pull back behind this tree line and try to pick on this hover tank. Now I don't the problem is, so this isn't a great kicking mech, and on top of that, I mean, I could expose my back to him in order to get into decent cover and have some wide shots, unless the enemy presses the advantage on me. Yeah, fuck it. I think that that's pretty good. So yeah, Lancelot's kind of coming for me. Height 1 should block the sight of that uh, Hetzer. It shouldn't be able to see past that. Right here, we unfortunately have to stay immobile. We could go prone. I can't remember if that helps anything. Probably steady something. Alright, we can't move from this hex, but I'm pretty sure we can turn. So let's turn, and what the hell? Just see what going prone helps with. Oh wait, hang on. Weapon systems. One in its arm. Okay, don't go prone. I think you need to prop yourself up if you're prone. So, yeah, just... Sorry. Okay. Wasp is trying to get a bead on us. We have to move before that Vulcan does. Not a fan of that, but... Unfortunately, I just can't leave you in range of that Lancelot anymore. You've gotten too much armor stripped off. You've got dangerous spots on your arm, your right torso, your left arm. Any one of those, either the large lasers or the PPCs of that Lancelot, could shear off and cause significant damage. I kind of have to get you to cover. Now, I can get you to cover that'll let you pick on that J. Edgar, so at least that's going to be something. And you definitely can't be seen by the Lancelot. But that Vulcan might try to start shit. But if that Vulcan tries to start shit in your back, well, okay, I don't know. I don't know. It's a bad situation. That's especially a bad situation. I do not like that one fucking bit. Mm. You can take a couple shots on your torso. You're good for it. We can't finish off this Vulcan, not as we currently are, but we can keep trying to go for back hits on this Lancelot. Well, you tried to eject into the ground. I would have a moment of silence for you, but you have been a big pain in my ass, so I'm actually going to have a moment of noise for you if it weren't for the fact my throat's kind of sore. So, fuck you. I am glad you're dead. Jesus, this has been going on for a long time. This recording's almost been going on for 2 hours because these fuckers just won't relent. Alright. The Shadowhawk's been nastily flanked. Not a fan of that. It's kind of got enemies all around it. It can't get a good bead on any of the guys super close in. It's got kind of a shot on this, and that's about it. So, take the shot you got, not the one that you don't. I am not happy about having to stare down the barrel of that fucking Saladin, but I'm not given much of a choice about that. So the only thing I can do is fucking fire everything and hope for the best. Okay. Decisions, decisions. Can I hit this guy? Fucking no, I can't. Can I hit this J. Edgar? Sure, I can do that. That's worth a larf. With mediums, even. Yeah, fucking pick on him. Go for a bunch of crits, try to knock out another vehicle. Over here, we are specifically looking to strip more back armor here. And fortunately, we've got lots of heat saved up. That will put us at just 1 over. I could go for 5 over, but I'm going to need my maneuverability next turn to avoid that Hetzer. Damn that narrow profile. That is just a really good quirk. Alright, one of the vedettes finally hits, but it's a hit on Sassy, who's still got plenty of armor left. The J. Edgar misses entirely. Super glad to see that, and yeah, it's on a bunch of 7s, so I'll take blessings where I can get it, because, then we miss a 7. Whatever. The Lancelot is taking shots on Sassy. That's fine. She's the one who can take it right now. Oh, that I don't like. My Hornet is getting hammered. He needs 6s to hit. That means it's going to be like the same for that AC-20. We put some shots on that Saladin, but nothing that stops it. Alright, we put a hit on that J. Edgar. I saw this coming. Oh, fucking 20 damage. Okay. Limb blown off, right arm blown off, right torso takes damage. Right torso is oh wait, no, that took it to the right torso. So limb blown off, critical hit, 3 internal structure remaining on center torso. Now it's transferred through. It's still got armor on its center torso, but Vulcan misses entirely. There's at least that. Our Wolverine manages to laser that thing in the back and strip a part of it down to 2, but then misses the other 2 7s. Hornet manages to keep its feet. Good piloting. We could kick something. We can kick this Vulcan. It's a bad chance. And we've failed a lot more likely chances today. So we could punch it twice. That seems cool to me. Over here, we can punch it once. Not likely to hit, but may as well. Over here, we can kick this. It's pretty likely. I'd say it's worth it. No punches. Wasp kicks us on a 9. On a 9. We miss on 11s. We get missed on a 7. Okay. We hit on a 4. Excellent. We manage to stand up. The Lancelot falls over. That's right, he is a shitty pilot, and he's a shitty shooter. How's he been hitting so many shots? I forgot about this. We, of course, bring it down to the wire again, but hey, we've knocked him over. Did some damage to his left leg. His left leg now has its internal exposed. She avoids damage. Unfortunately, the Vulcan keeps his feet. Our ally stays there. Okay. Let's be real about this. The Saladin is waiting right there. If I try to complete this mission, I'm going to lose this Hornet and probably the mech pilot in it. I could gamble everything on that guy missing. He's a pretty crack shot though, and he's at close range, and I can't move if I want to complete this. That said, I can't move if I want to complete this turn. All I have to do is stay in that cover, or stay in that thing for 2 turns. But not necessarily. Hang on. Okay, so probably it means 2 consecutive turns. That said, this thing's already moved. This thing's already moved. I could get the fuck out of here. Just pull back, get into heavy cover, just go somewhere that AC-20 isn't, and try to avoid getting hit by it again. Just scamper for cover, because unfortunately that did not work. If we get some lucky breaks here, like with this Lancelot falling over and hopefully staying on his fucking ass, fail a bunch of 7s, you miserable fuck. And actually working on finalizing it. Finishing this fight, maybe actually winning. We've taken out one of their mechs. This Vulcan is weak. If we can take him out, if this Lancelot stays on the ground, we can finalize this maybe and win. Kind of a long shot now. Alright, so in general what I'm going to advocate is we get the fuck out of Dodge right now. It's just, club's too fucking hot right now. How far do I get on a walk? Far enough to get away. That moves me 4 hexes, and they have to go through a shitload of terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually will get more penalties off of jumping that direction. And then I can turn to face them. Although I'd be able to put more distance between me next turn if I don't. So, we're getting the hell out of Dodge. We'll try again in a moment. When does that move? Doesn't really matter. It's not much I can do to take advantage of it. $35 will not support my weight. $20 will not support my weight. $19, none of this will support my weight. Hell, it's actually kind of funny. This building only barely supports its weight. It's level 1. It's not that high. What I could do... Yeah, I can't get there like that, but I could jump. Now that's if that Lancelot gets up, he's gonna get a beat on me, but I've got plenty of armor left. That gets me shots on the rear of this Vulcan. Not great shots, because nothing's great shots with this guy. But also gets me some hilarious shots on the rear of this thing. Including, potentially, the ability to kick this building out from under it. That would be hilarious, in my opinion. So let's make that happen. Turn this way, even. Yeah, the Hetzers still shouldn't be able to see me. Whoa, what the fuck happened there? Well, the Lancelot got up. Of course it fucking did. And it's chasing me down. Of course it fucking is. So how can I work with that? Over here, I've got a Wolverine that just can't take a lot of punishment. It's the unfortunate truth. Just too much damage has been applied. sitting in relatively safe cover with a large laser. Could be a winning strat for just plinking at this Lancelot. Well, it wouldn't be able to see the Lancelot, but it could blink at this Vidette. Like that, it could see the Lancelot, and like that, it could see the Lancelot. But the Lancelot can see it too. But it would have to have a -2. It's already at a 6, so 8 plus my movement would be really unlikely for it to hit. That said, no, it'd be really unlikely for it to hit. That's the base truth of it. My Shadowhawk can get into position here. Just a short move. That's -1, -2, but hell, I'm not going to get any better than that. Well, a Skulker manages to take itself out, so I'm always happy about that. Lancelot gets it on the first try. Oh right, they critted off my best weapons. Yeah, you definitely needed to get the fuck out of here. That's on your left arm. You've got those weird things, so you can flip arms and still not be able to hit shit, but hey, it's hilarious. Okay, over here. Can't see the Vulcan. We can see this J. Edgar. Put some shots on him. We can see this Wasp. Put some shots on him. None of those shots are particularly likely to hit. We could put shots on his building. Try to make it collapse. It's CF 48. The Wasp is 20. We would need to do 28 damage to this building to collapse it. No, we'd have to do 29. Even with our full 18. Now all these will hit, but 18 SRM6 could do up to 12. That would do 30. That would be enough. Will that collapsing building be enough to really smoke that Wasp, though? Depends on if it has a basement. Does it have a basement? I don't fucking know. I do not know these things. Either that or we can just try to pick on this guy. And that's probably going to get me a more guaranteed kill. Yep, don't get fancy. Don't get overly complicated with solving your problems. Use guns to kill mechs. Simple. Over here, we can keep putting some fire on that Lancelot. We could also put some fire on that Vidette, but honestly I just don't give as much of a fuck about it. The Lancelot is lightly armored. It's got some damage on its arm that's not facing us, but enough concentrated fire on that side could start showing through. Yeah, that's our target. It didn't move much. I mean, we still don't have great chances to hit it in spite of that, but let's just do what we can to try to melt through that armor. You hear me? Do what you can. By which I mean fucking hit him. Vulcan misses. Glad to see that. Oof. Babe gets shot by that Vidette despite her cover. There's another 8 hit. The J. Edgar misses. Glad to see that. Enemy Wasp misses. Good to see that. Sassy manages to stun that crew. That's cool. Lancelot manages to miss all of its shots on. How is it taking so many shots on Babe? Well, it missed them, thank fucking God. We miss all of ours. Well, okay, now we got one. We got one. We got one out of the 427s. These guys aren't bad pilots. Why is it so damn hard to land a hit? Anyway, go ahead and kick this sucker into the ground. Whoa. Oh, right, because I jumped. Well, you can recover if you fuck up. You're a good pilot, so try to knock that guy the hell out. 11 damage. Oh, I forgot about that. That actually could have given us a chance to knock that over if we put some damage on it. But fuck it. Crunch. On the turret, 9 armor remaining. That guy's still out. Our Shadowhawk and Sassy get to move last. That's great. And Babe gets to move just before one of the vedettes. That's excellent. Hornet has to move pretty early in the game. That's not great. But at least moves after the Saladin, so we know where it's going. Of course, it's chasing, but we intend to be well away from it. That is our goal. Fucking scoot. Get the hell out of here. Which means that the enemies are going for it. Well, we can't let them do that. That's a no-no. That is verboten. We can keep following up on this Lancelot's rear. But that thing can turn around and just laser the piss out of us now. Especially because he's so fucking pinpoint accurate with his 6 goddamn shooting. -2, -3. Looking at sevens. Sevens. He ran as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's be -2 because of the 4 move. He's got base 7. He should be at 9. I could jump jet to put him at 10s, but that'll put me at 10s also. You can jump jet to take care of him. This Hetzer has an AC-20, and I have to get the fuck away from that. That's not negotiable. CF-23, it will not support my weight. Fucking mechs, man. Fucking mechs. Can't see the Hetzer from here. Fuck it, I gotta do it. Love of Christ, attract his fire. You can take it. You've got spare armor. That gets you out of range of the Hetzer. It puts you in range of the Vulcan, but I want you to be kicking that Vulcan. He's an asshole, and I want you to put him in the ground. So that's a Skulker down. You've got no weapons to fire, sorry. You just keep hammering away at that Lancelot. Have we done anything significant to stripping its armor? Its back armor? We've opened up one hole, but that's only one hole. Oh wait, no, that's us. Yeah, we haven't opened up shit. So the large laser and the two mediums are your go-to. Just strip away armor. We're overheating slowly, and I don't like that, but I don't see what options I've got. I've got to open up a hole on this bitch. A 6. Please, please, please. Please do good work. Knock this bitch the fuck out. 9s. Fuck it. I'll take him. Just take him out. Put damage on them. The mission is on the fucking line. Wasp misses. Excellent. Lancelot misses. Fucking great. Vulcan misses. Fantastic. Babe. Into the internal structure on the Lancelot. That's good work. Opens up another hole. Shadowhawk. Oh, shit. Sassy gets fucking shot in... No, Babe. Babe gets shot in the fucking head by a Wolverine. Or by a tank. God damn it. Stop shooting me, you damn tank. We managed to blow my arm off of that Lancelot. That's going to significantly impinge his ability to damage. And we managed to get into the center torso structure on that Vulcan. Lancelot continues showing that he is the best pilot, despite the fact that he's got a 7, because he waited the die. Punch him. Hit him in the rear. For the love of God, just... Why can't you kick? Why can't you kick? You're in the right position to kick. Alright, whatever. I won't judge. You can kick. Fucking do it. Kick him. Kick his ass. Vulcan kicks us, but we've got it. We've got armor on our leg. We fucking missed the Lancelot. God damn it. But we kicked that Vulcan right in his leg. We do a critical. Roll 12. Limb blown off. Left leg blown off. He's out. He's fucking... He kicked us, and so we've got to roll a 5 and fucking fall down. Or roll a 3, rather, and fucking fall down embarrassingly. Good job, Sassy. But hey, you know what? That wasn't a critical. That wasn't him doing it. That's because you did a fucking rolling tackle on that bitch. You weren't about to let that guy get Twinkle Toes. Twinkle Toes is out here. She's risking her life. She's gotten half of her mech blown the fuck off because of how dangerous this situation is. She was trying to get the scouting, trying to get the data, and here comes a bunch of fucking vehicles, including a Saladin with a big fucking dirty hairy revolver mounted to the front of it, and you see those things come behind her, and you see this Vulcan going for her and like, hey, I'm gonna score me another light kill, and you're like, no, come in with the arm, kick it right in the side, do a tumbling fall, just to make sure that that fucker stays on the ground. Well, there he is. He's fucking on the ground, and he's not getting back up because that's a left leg off. So his options are to sit there and feebly pot shot at things, or to abandon his mech, and I hope he fucking gets the hell out of it. So, fuck you, Jokuo bin Harneed, whoever you are. Fuck you. Get the hell off of my battlefield. I hope that guy stays unconscious forever. He's the only thing keeping me in this fight right now. Okay, so the Vulcan has decided to stay right here. God knows why. Well, we can probably convince him to leave eventually. Who's moving? This guy? Shit. He went really early, so the only things that he can safely engage. Well, okay. If the Lancelot turns around, I don't give a fuck. Actually, I do give a fuck. I want to put more fire on that Lancelot with this unit. That said, I could also just kind of back up a bunch and try to put some shots on that vedette. And that'll still put me at medium for the Lancelot if it decides to stay more or less there. So, what did we disable on this Lancelot? We took out one of its large lasers. Well, fuck. Would have loved to take out both, but hey, beggars. Yeah, let's scoot back a bit. That pack rat's coming for me, but fuck you. I'm out of here. That Hetzer's coming for me. The Wasp is coming for me. The Lancelot's even coming for me. Well, okay, we're not letting that Lancelot get away. We are chasing it to the ends of the earth. Babe has got a lock on it, and it's not going to let it go. Meanwhile, over here... Well, you just finished tackling that... Actually, that's a point. Can't charge that. But you can come in on this Wasp if you can make this pilot check. And you can fucking zap it in its face and then kick it in its ass. Go, Sassy. Go, Sassy. Go, Sassy. Go, Sassy. Go! Go, go, go! We could work on blowing up that Vulcan. But I think this VDAT is my current target. Just try to blow that up, Plox. Okay, turn to face this guy. Try to present as much armor as you can. Zap him with your laser. Why not? P. Over here. So how much did we strip? Well, we didn't strip a hell of a lot. We kind of just straight up disabled. Yeah, I think we're still in kind of strip mode. We'll be putting shots, anything that goes left torso should go center torso. So I think, in this case, we actually may want to go ahead and pop it with the medium SRM to try to proc a bunch of crits into its middle. Go ahead and twist, why not? Over here, bring him down. Bring him the fuck down. Don't let him take one more step close. Hit him with the medium lasers. Hit him with the SRM6. Don't do the large laser. That's excessive. He's a light mech. Pretty fragile. You get money hits, he's going to go down regardless. So what do we got? Well, that Vulcan's still firing. And still putting 8s on top of Babe. Or no, Sassy. No, that's Babe. He's putting shots on Babe? How? How? Well, at the very least, he's putting shots on Babe that are armored, so... Small, we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a serious talk about how snipers need to hit targets. Snipers don't do damage if they don't hit the targets. Now, this small laser missed. Expected that. Hetzer missed. Super glad about that. Fucking AC-20s. Hate them. The other AC-20 missed also. Glad to see that. The Wasp managed to scorch me. Fuck him. Scorpion, fuck you. J. Edgar, fuck you. We managed to put one more laser on top of that. Fuck you. Come on. Coin flips. Coin flips. 2 out of 3. Not great. But important part is what's about to happen. We've softened up. We've got some hits on the arms. Who gives a shit? The important part is what's about to happen. Well, actually, this is also important. Risk it for a biscuit. And fucking check this guy right now. Take him the fuck out. There you go. There you go. Okay, so this guy kicked us. We can take it. He's a light mech. We're a heavy. Fuck him. We missed that 5. God damn it. But we do exactly what Sassy shows off how fucking sassy she is, because she comes in and she sweeps the leg and she fucking destroys everything that this wasp holds dear and loves, crunches his leg into nothing, manages to stay up despite the kick. He falls the fuck down. He's on the ground. Fuck him. He's staying right there. He doesn't have a leg anymore. So that's 2 wiggly mechs that we've left on the ground. At this point, if we can take down that Lancelot, we can just fucking leave where those 2 are, head over to somewhere else, clean up the vehicles. We still have a chance at this. We still have a chance at making this a 3-hour video, for fuck's sake. Okay. Don't like that. Sassy rolled kind of low, and she's in the middle of a lot of heat. That's not great. Including the Saladin and the fucking Hetzer. So we're going to have to move carefully with Sassy. And by carefully, I pretty much mean jump jet like a crazy bastard. Jump jetting onto the Hetzer won't do much. Jump jetting over here puts some significant penalties on me, and it's going to let the Hetzer get close. But I can't really prevent the Hetzer from getting close. That's entirely on the Hetzer. At least jump jetting like this will give that Saladin trouble catching up to me. And it leaves a little escape route for my ally. So let's do that. The Saladin decides to bury itself. I'm cool with that. We are still moving as quickly as we can to get the fuck out of here. Can you actually jump further? No, not really. I said walk, damn it. So get the fuck out of here. That scorpion that you zapped at the start is stuck back there pretty much. That hover tank is coming in to start some shit. I don't like that. Don't know where that Lancelot's going to go, sadly. He rolled pretty well. But I could scoot up here and start putting shots on that Vulcan. Especially if I then just kind of go boop. And if I go boop, it means I could put shots on the Vulcan or on this tank. Whichever I think is more important. Ho-ho, what's this? The Lancelot is crippled and withdrawing, probably tried to spin around, skidded, and fell on his ass. Yeah, I'm not letting you get away. You don't get to withdraw, you son of a bitch. You rat bastard. I'm gonna put you in a fucking blender. gonna put you in a world of hurt. He's prone. Hang on, hang on. He's prone, so right now, no matter where he goes, he can't really hit me. He doesn't have an arm, so he can't lift up and shoot me. He's pointing the wrong way. Yeah, I think I'm safe exactly where I am. I don't even have to move an inch. I can get perfect shots on him, and I'll just fucking nail his ass to the ground. The enemy wasp is trying to get up despite having no leg, but that's because he can technically do it. He can stand up. But, I don't think he's gonna get very far. Now, finally, this guy's shit piloting ability shows. And he manages to skid into a building. Christine, yeah, probably she? I don't want to assume. So, twist. Gotta face the music here of this Hetzer coming in. We need to stop this thing right now. Just fucking make it not exist anymore. We can't risk overheating ourselves too much, though. We still have fights to get into. So, yeah, the SRM-6 will proc a bunch of hits on it and maybe shut it down. Who knows? Let's just hope for the best. Here, twist to try to present, as little of your sensitive parts to the enemy as you can. And hey, if you got a small laser, why not use it? Over here, Hetzer's slightly out of reach. We could fire on the Hetzer, or we could fire on this. Honestly, all of these are the same. A 5 here, same as a 5. 3 here, same as a 3 here. Oh, actually, no, it's not the same as the 3 here. This is what we're doing. We're taking that Vulcan out. Fuck him. Fuck him and everything he stands for. I want him in a pine box. And I want this guy in a pine box too. Fuck it, we're overheating to kill this bastard. Just fucking nail him into the ground. I don't care if it destroys the mech. Okay, so we're not going for a 3-hour video. Wolverine managed to miss all its shots on the Hetzer. That fucking sucks. VDAT manages to miss. That Vulcan that I knocked down earlier gets needs a 6? How accurate is this bitch? Manages to peg my center torso. Destroys it. We've lost another mech. Laura's okay. We're gonna recover Laura. But we've lost another mech. And unfortunately, because we lost that mech, we've met the leave conditions. Scorpion, J. Edgar. Serious talking to. At least the Hetzer missed. That's excellent. That's, less damage that I have to deal with. And despite... He's sitting on the ground, babe! On the ground! There's literally no easier target. Okay. Unfortunately, we're done. We have lost. We lost an ally earlier, and we've lost this one. So we are done here. This long hellish mission in which we just can't do anything ever is done. We managed to knock out a single enemy mech and some vehicles. But unfortunately, we are slash defeated. We will withdraw ignobly and take another hit on our fucking contract. But not before I get my kicks in. Fuck. Yeah, how do you like that? Fuck your leg. Unfortunately, that guy's unconscious, so he's kind of getting left on the field also. Okay, what did I do wrong? Didn't weight my die. Okay, so being more serious, kind of taking a look at this round by round. One problem I definitely had is that I just didn't stick to a single strategy. I had a single strategy right off. Fuck up the Lancelot. Go take him out, eliminate him as a threat. I didn't do that because I saw an opportunity to start picking away at that Whitworth. But then when I hit that Whitworth's gyro, I discounted him. Now, granted, I discounted him because he'd need to make solid several tens in a row to stay up and keep firing. But God, if he didn't do that. He did that constantly. He did that repeatedly. And he also kind of did that because the computer fucking safe scummed. But, um, that's Battletech for you. The dice can go against you, and you need to be flexible to that. Honestly, the fact that all we really lost here was a light mech, a 20-ton light mech, is not too great a penalty to pay. Um, we're not going to get any salvage off of this. We didn't win. We're not going to get the reward off of this. We're not going to increase our salvage, unfortunately. So this is a loss all around, apart from some minor experience that we probably picked up. Um, Fucking allies didn't hurt us as much as I thought, honestly, unless they were fixing the die. I don't know. I complain about that a lot, but it does. It seems that way. I guess okay. I am discounting all of the sevens that the enemy also missed. There was a fair amount of that too that I took notice of. So, all right, real talk, real talk. A lot of the damage that I took did come from vehicles. First thing I should have done, the minute that I realized that strategy of standing still wasn't going to work, I should have pulled out that the light mech. I should not have left that standing for a turn, not when the reinforcements came in. That was stupid as hell. That was dumb. I thought that the AI might get confused, deploy some stuff away from me, maybe point that gun in the wrong direction, but no. I was asking for failure there. I should have withdrew the minute that those came in, and the fact that I didn't was nothing short of rampant stupidity. So there's lessons to be learned. Um, Need to better focus fire down the mechs what I actually say I was going to. I was outtunned this mission. I mean, we're going to be habitually outtunned. So I need to play smarter. I'm still in the mindset that I was back in the Libyan Regulars campaign. We have excellent mechs, we have good pilots, we have lots of lasers. We can afford to take risks in order to take home salvage. We can't do that. We really can't. It is not an option. We have to take every enemy as seriously as possible. When that Vulcan was on the ground, I discounted him because that severely limits your firing arc. That didn't stop him. He still lost that game for me. That fucking Vulcan. That fucking Vulcan. I'm gonna find that pilot. We're not leaving this planet until I find out where he lives and force feed him his dog. Because he made that match a living hell for me. Constantly on my ass. Constantly dodging shots. Fucking Vulcan. God, I want one. So, unfortunately, that's a mech in the hole. Another lost mission. Um, Lessons learned are largely to be realistic about what we could do, be realistic about what our enemies are. I mean, if you want to take a look at the damage we did here, I mean, check this out. Our friends lost a lot of their BV, but fuck it, they weren't bringing much to begin with. We cost the enemy a shitload of his battle value. If this were a realistic campaign, something where like the actual losses of the enemy were tracked, we knocked out the legs on several mechs. That would be many, many months of repair. Well, okay, many, many weeks of repairs that we could exploit. But it's not that. It's a campaign where we lost a mech, and we can't get that mech back unless we get something in salvage. And to get something in salvage, we have to win a fucking mission. So, that makes it all the more important that our next one is a solid win, that we take home a bunch of salvage, that we can repair up this mech, pay for new parts. And now we've got 3 dispossessed pilots, so we need to start putting asses in mechs again. Well, that's all for this time. This is a super long one. I hope people don't see this and then get their hopes up. See ya.